Yeah, everything here was done end of last nothing new really. Everything was done at the end of the last episode, so I mean I'm gonna ignore chassis for the moment and durability. And marketing could also be good to invest in long term. And so could personnel, but obviously personnel less important. And obviously I do want to max out all of these, especially the sim. But yeah, obviously we don't have anything to do, so we can just go across to España Grand Prix. Not one of my favourite tracks, but that was previously due to the terrible third sector, which thank God has been remodelled. So there's one thing to take from COVID-19, and it's that they finally fixed Spain. And that Lando Norris is now quick. Big up all the McLaren fans out there. I myself don't actually support a team in F1. I don't know, for me I used to very, very heavily support wherever Hamilton was at. This was pre-2013, so it was like 2012, 2011. What? No. Okay. Look, to teach you what's going on here, Krzysztof Abanich. Consistency over a long distance. It's like you thought. Yes, it's gotta be dry. It's not gonna be nice and moist. Oh, I'm absolutely nowhere. I'm just in between Haas and AlphaTauri, whatever. Oh, okay, it's gotta be very moist in practice too, but I'm not gonna do practice, so that's fun. I'm a lazy idiot. According to my ex-girlfriend, at least. Which is totally not true. It's like, she didn't actually say that. But she did say I wasted hours on this game. Which again is completely wrong. Now, what I'm just doing there is, that's not normal, lads. That's not normal. For fuck's sake, that's not normal, lads. Lad, that's not a normal thing to do, lad. Oh, why is he doing that? I think I accidentally changed some stuff around at the end of last episode and made that happen. Oh yeah, I did some customization. But I'd say probably the best part of coming to Spain now is the car isn't a complete dog. It's actually kind of useful. Wow. It actually goes more than 1 mile per hour. Oh, no way. Yeah, I'm 14th in the championship because of that amazing P8 last round. No, and fast slap. Can't forget the fast slap. Yeah, so that's the 5 points, which means we're actually now ahead of Alpha and Haas and Williams. Which again, really good to see. Quali, easy last place on the grid. 1v1 me. I honestly don't know where the pace for this car is going to be. Fun! As you can see, that transition is very much worth it. So yeah, in the grand scheme of this episode, I've just come off a massive high of a league race I just did. I won the race by 34.516 seconds in a 14 lap race around Hanoi. let's forget.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system. You can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction.
Thank God. So basically what I was saying before this idiot, I won by 34.516 seconds, disregarding the fact that I had front wing damage for the first 7 out of 14 laps, and the fact that I just made a setup literally 5 minutes before the race start, and any other excuse I can come up with. Oh yeah, and I got a drive-through penalty for going 0.188 over the VSC limit, so that was fun, as it went green. But yep, winning by that much in any league is going to be very, very nice to feel, very nice to see. So obviously I'm going to be a bit of a high horse into this round, going to have great expectations. And the fun part was, it was in this same car, so I'm expecting a lot of grip, which I'm not going to find. Honestly, it just felt amazing to be able to drive this car and actually outpace in it. Which I'm not seeing right now, I can tell you that much. Obviously I've just been time trialing Monaco again, got back up into 4th in the world, as I was 6th this morning. I'm now in the sub 107.9. There is a guy who is sub 107.7 who is fastest in the world, so he's next stop. I honestly do really prefer this new third sector. It's a lot more flowy. It's not flowing at all, but it's more flowing. Yeah, we're faster than Gio and Ocon. We're only 9/10 off of the Merkel Bottas. Why am I about to restart the session? Alright, so how does this one happen then? And how does this one happen? Right, so I'm gonna skip until everyone has set a lap time. I'm only gonna do 2 runs in this session. Alright, so let's just say these 4 go ahead of me. That means I'm P16. But they're not going to go ahead of me. And the gap behind me is 5/10. Or 4/10. So I feel like I might be able to make it through just on using that one set of softs. Cocky, yes. But will I have to start the grid because of it? No, because I'm going to retrospectively go on to another set of softs. Fixing the error of my ways before they can really cause any detriment. So yeah, at the moment I'm in P12, which seems okay. In retrospect, it isn't. We don't know where we finished. I'm just going to remember a 16.8. Just to see if I really even needed to do this lap. Obviously I will be taking as many grid penalties as needed in this race, because I am not risking any sort of penalty for anything that does not need a penalty. Obviously I will take as many penalties as I need to, and this lap's already dead because I'm trying to find words that aren't English. Let's see if in theory I could have found more. 0.434 is the gap in the first sector. It's my PB.
We're seeing major wing damage. Box, box, box.
I see that I am the coolest pirouetter in the universe. No, I'm gonna put it into the box, because we all know sim AI times are broken. I do not feel like having a sim AI time. slowly, slowly make my way back to the pits. These tyres, yeah, they're completely screwed, but you can always have a bit of a pop on them the next corner. I mean, if George Russell doesn't make it through, then I don't really have to run. So Perez is finishing his lap, and so is Stroll. Let's see if I'm through. The Stroll didn't beat me. Does Gio or Kimi, for that matter, didn't beat me either. Oh, so far so good. Looks as if I've made it through the next session. I've got no bonus. What's this all about? So, I could have, and I would have made it through without that second run. I told myself I was safe, and I was like, nah, lad.
Hello, Danielle.
So now, I guess, we run the other set of soft switches fresh at the end of the session, then we see where we are. Or, we just don't run in this session at all. So first of all, we want to use actually in the session. So Kvyat we can beat, Norris we can beat, Gio we can beat. That's not really worth it. That's like, nah, that. We're just not running that session. Yeah. I mean, they do go slow when you do Summit, so. Yeah. Even though my lap time was decent last session, like, and I could have pushed it a lot more, I doubt I would have gotten anywhere better than maybe P14, P13. So. It wasn't exactly worth running, considering I was gonna take grip penalties anyway for this race. So I've absolutely played it in my cars because I'm gonna get the stuff out. Oh my gosh, can I just change that pose quickly before I hate myself more? Because I already do dislike myself. Let's just not make that any more than it has to be. Please, game. So yeah, after this race I'm gonna change it. So anything which is above 50% going into this race I'll change. Anything that's on the verge of hitting 50% I won't change. Because I can just change it next race. Just
Welcome along then to what promises to be another fascinating Spanish Grand Prix. A race which saw Max Verstappen win on his first ever appearance with the Red Bull team in 2016. This after the dramatic coming together of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg on the first lap. Will we see more moments for the scrapbook here today? It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside.
Great cinematics, lad.
Continue through the rest of the grid today. We have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Albon, Sainz, Norris, Perez, and Daniel Ricciardo, Stroll, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Gasly, Giovinazzi, Lucky, Kimi Raikkonen, and Nick De Vries, Magnussen, Russell, Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Yep, love these loading times game. Definitely don't need to fix them for version 1.05, along with Black Mercedes. Yeah.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Nah. So last race, I did the working strategy of messing myself up early to make the end of the race work. You run the slower compound first, take advantage, run the faster compound at the end to get something out of this race in this car. Yep, there's all the AI using their overtake. Jesus Christ, kill me. I'm gonna go around the outside here, not expecting many positions. Jeez. The Alphas just have a vendetta against me. This reminds me of VRL. I got taken out by both of the Alphas in my first 2 races.
Alright, we're looking good so far.
And I'm up in a P14 already, lads. Not much more can go wrong. Brakes his front wing 7 times. Oh, last year's game you squeezed me out. So I'm gonna give him all the space in the world on the outside. Also, that curve isn't as lethal anymore, which is nice. And the chicanes are very different. So first of all, it's a lot longer, and then it's a lot smoother, the actual chicane. So you can actually carry a lot more speed and have a lot better exit.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
Fair enough, maybe I shouldn't have done that move on K-Mag. So that's me.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
See, if anything, this gives me options. I really do wish I started on the softs though. Like, I'd made up so much ground, just spins. I know we're called SBinalla Racing, but come on, lads. It's because I had the overtake button on, wasn't it? It has to be because I had the overtake button on. The annoying thing is I've got front wing damage the entire lap now. I probably could have...
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
Bro, I don't have... After what happened last time I used overtake, no. I'm good, lad. Like, there's not much oversteer on this setup. Look. There's barely any oversteer on this setup, it's all understeer. Yeah, the game just likes to mess me up. But still somehow give me an oversteer setup.
Go, go, go.
Alright, some jump by George.
One more stop today. One stop left in our strategy. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Alright, so obviously there's got to be a lot more grip than before. There's 4-7 wings on the front, and I'm not running hards. But I will be lapped pretty quickly. This is like the stark contrast of what happened to me in Hanoi. I don't like that. Okay. I can run flat through there, but not with overtake. So the game really just hates me. I did the smart strat of trying to push the car so I could make a move down the main straight or even defend my position. No. No, I'm down here in last. Because I was smart. So kids, what have we learnt from this? Be dumb.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.0 seconds.
Don't big yourself up at any point in your own life, and just accept that life is a disappointment. Let's watch. I didn't do anything wrong. I literally did a good. I used overtake out of the final corner and onto the main straight. What part of that is dumb? None of it. What part of the game engine's dumb? The fact that I got oversteer because of it. Like, if anything, I should be having oversteer because of it now. Because now I'm running more front wing, which means that there's less rear wing. You know what, I'm gonna just stop, because it's just annoying me more and more. The more I think about it, the more triggered I'm getting. It's like, I didn't even do anything wrong. Now watch. That overtake button is fine. But with overtake button, no. Now I just gotta try and salvage something from this race. bit deep in the hairpin, and yes, I'm still commentating, but I'm too hurt to talk. Alright, so see all the guys ahead who just came in? I should be all ahead of them, because those are the two stoppers. Where am I? About 20 seconds behind them. Maybe 10, but
We're trailing our team
very far behind them.
25.5 seconds.
You know what, I don't really care about where my teammate is. It's very, well, I'm not going to catch up to him until later when he's on hards and I can run mediums again. I feel like whatever I do, I'm always making the wrong strategy. Like here, I should have two stopped, because then I would have started on the softs or on the mediums, which meant that the damage in the front wing would have caused less pain. Nope. I decided to do the smart one stop. That was a bit of a moment. Now, old me would have just flashed back there and said, no, that didn't happen. You know, would have turned off the overtake button or lifted through there and been happy. New me is just disappointed with himself because he knows that he has the skill to be fast, but he just can't bring it out. He's a bit of a bot. He's too scared to now go flat out through the final corner. Yep. Getting too close to his wake of that. The day, yeah, and just get oversteer and understeer at the same time. I just lost me around the easiest 1.2 seconds of my life. Ricardo seems pretty slow, considering I just gained 3 seconds on him. That is probably because the two guys ahead of him are fighting like absolute idiots. The point that Magnussen is now the car ahead of me and Russell, who probably both had front wing damage on the first lap. So hard to make a move around here because there's nowhere to make a move except in the final straight. The AI are absolutely godlike in the final sector, so what am I supposed to do? The answer? Nothing. Finish last. No, I'm just kidding. It's called Take Out George and then retire from the race. So I'm gonna do what we all call pro gamer moves in this household. And just, you know, not break for the hairpin. Oh no, looks like my brain just automatically broke. That's annoying. I wanted to hit George. A break brain. My brain just automatically broke even though like 17 years late. So, on time for it. I'm not even inside of Russell's DRS this time.
Starting to create a gap. They're starting to pull away from us.
Not really, lad. It's cool. I just stopped trying to pull them in. How I stopped trying to pull in girls, because that will never work. But that's just a theory, and it's actually realistic, so dang it. I don't know, I just love taking the piss out of my own life. Something I've just been good at my entire life. Oh, George has a little moment on exit there. They take the pro esports lounge. I might have a move on him into a hairpin, you know. No, it won't, because you can't take that corner quickly. Oh, okay. Apparently a mistake dive bomb almost became a move as that just kind of phased through his car. That was fun. But we're still faster than Latifi and Magnussen ahead. Not that matters because, you know, they're gonna finish ahead of both of us by quite a mile. But it's...
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around there.
Did I ask? The answer was no. Yep, so this is the easiest move I'm gonna make in my entire career. Move to the inside, brake late. Just kinda make it. And then just go. Right, so let's say it's a 31 lap, that means I have to do 16 laps, so lap 18 I'm stopping, lads. Oh, yeah, lap 17 I'll put in for the other set of mediums which we'll go to the end on. So, and to that point we just need to push on this and kind of pull away from George because he's been a bit of a spaz.
The gap to the car ahead is 14.3 seconds.
Getting P19 is actually quite a large chance around here because we're on the same compound as these guys ahead and we're catching quite massively for each lap, in F1 terms at least, and they'll be running hards in the next stint and I'll be running mediums in the next stint. So in theoretical terms this should be a pretty easy move for us. The gap ahead is 12.6 and it's still going down. Each corner is going down more and more. So I don't know whether that's front wing damage for K-Mag or car issue or it's just K-Mag and Haas being K-Mag and Haas. And I just feel like there's actual grip in the car now. It's really annoying because I could have used this at the end of the race, you know, to actually have a good result.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Yeah, no, I'm pinging on lap 18 led, so don't expect much until then. But at this point, I'm literally just driving this car like it's time trials. Just constantly pushing, no matter the cost. I could have retired the car after the spin and just said, ah, you know that curb.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Yep, see, what I should have done. What I should have done, I just done. I did a Fernando Alonso, you know, that curb, you know.
Take care of the car on the way in.
Yeah, we'll do, lad.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over, and what a special race it was. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a
I
real
bet that
team
no one cares.
victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them
shut
come out
up.
on top once again.
They don't have the car for that, not even in real life. They don't have the car for that. They don't even have the car for points anymore.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the
We spun.
drivers' table. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I mean, can it be anyone else other than Danny Kvyat? His performance today really set him apart from the other drivers out there. He's got to be happy with how he's done here this weekend. Interesting choice today, I think. There's a few to pick from, but I think I have to give it to Danny Kvyat. He put in a rock-solid performance.
What I'm saying is Perez had the same net game, but he finished ahead. So I'm saying should be in the racing point.
Bad luck today. That must be incredibly disappointing. Do you have any comments about the closings?
Shush.
How do you feel this season is going for you? Is the car competitive?
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping they're working hard to find some improvements.
Yeah. Sure, lad. That needs doing constantly for me. Woo. Oh no, we're gonna see the really special pose. But yeah, I did set the faster lap. And we will do the next race as well because of how much I embarrassed myself here, so back you. Alright, so Monaco is next. Damn, I forgot that next up was Monaco. Alright, so if any time is the best time to make any sort of development, is not for Monaco. You know, I don't have any time to get anything in for Monaco. Except from nothing. Okay, so that's fun. So obviously, weekly resources and running costs will both be from there. Chassis equipment upgrade, that's nice because it doesn't get rid of anything else. Can't do esports, otherwise I can't do anything else. Oh, 500 team acclaim. And then obviously, why not for the GeForce training? There's no reason not to. I wanted the other two, and that's just kind of a free. So yeah, obviously 25th, 27th of May. Sadly, both right after the Monaco Grand Prix, but they will both come in for Baku, which I'm saying, yeah, let's just change this up to something more normal, like that. Then gloves again, just keep the same going into next round, okay? Because that was really annoying me how he was like being so special. Yeah, well, I don't care about renewing my teammate's contract, considering the fact that I'm probably not going to sign him on that. So, yeah. So yeah, into Monaco. We do have pretty weak aero and pretty weak chassis, but I think I can drag the car up. Race gearbox, why wouldn't I? Obviously I'm gonna have to change the name of the episode to And Monaco. Spain was just kind of a filler episode. Yeah. So obviously pace at Monaco is my thing. If you check leaderboards, the moment I'm 4th in the world, 2/10 off of the fastest. So yeah, the fastest is a 107.7, or just sub that, and I'm just about sub 107.9, so just around 2/10 to find to gain anything. So yeah, that is the most annoying thing to see. You can't develop multiple things at once, you dumb child. Again, don't know why I did that. Just don't be wet in the race, and everything is good, because I have pace in the dry around most tracks, especially Monaco. I literally have the dedicated Monaco setup. The reason why I have these, because Monaco's my favorite track, because it's very skill based and it always has been. I hated it until like 3 months ago. On last year's game I just sweated it. Now I would put my last year's game was like 80th, 50th, something like that by the end of the game. Now in this year's game, this is the only track I'm planning on actually doing in time trial, other than the other ones, to get a good setup. Finally, I have a good pose. 260, nice. So I'm gonna run 103 for quali 1. If I make it through, we up it up to 105. We make it through Q3, we up it up to 107. See what I'm saying? Only took it 17 years to load in. I probably won't even talk during this because I'll be sweating. Yeah. I mean, all I'm saying that the lines in time trial around Monaco are very, very unrealistic. The amount of times you would cut into a wall, about 72. No, but if I'm being honest, twice. One in the first sector, one beginning of third sector, so skip that because that's just a useless cinematic. And yes, for once, Jacob, I'm used to doing this in the day because I haven't time traveled Monaco at night yet, so I don't know what it's like. Again, everything else has just stayed the same. I've just messed around with the aero, and I can afford to run that. I can afford to do only one run, because last in Spain I got through on one run. Here I can make it through on one run, most likely, as long as I don't mess it up like an absolute spaz. So yeah, if we're looking at the pace at the moment, the car's capable of 11. So I'm gonna go AFK for a bit, because I got to do something.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button. Track is quiet right now. Let's get out on track while it's clear.
Now you can do multiple laps on 5 kg of fuel around here, which is why I'm okay with this. And there's not much charred egg, so again, I'm okay with this. Yeah, sure, I'm a spaz, yeah. Love being called a spaz. I mean, I'm doing Monaco, so you can't exactly call me spaz, can you? Okay, so that's a nice kick out the final corner that I don't want. That's nice understeer. Yeah, it's gonna be very weird to do this in a slow car. I'm used to doing this in American time trials. Trust me, this car and the Merc are two very different pieces of technology. This is useless. The Merc is nice. That's why I said, if we make it into the next session, I'll up the AI. I mean, I'm not expecting anything great. The lack of downforce in this thing is very shocking. The pace is absolutely nowhere. The grip's absolutely nowhere. Somehow that's 5/10 off of L1. 103 for you lads. Terrible lap, still get a good quality. Okay, I'll even prove it, I'll do the second lap as well. I mean, anyone who just watched the live stream a couple of days ago about me sweating Monaco would know that I'm usually a lot faster around here. Let go of brake there right at the end. And then the final corner, I did like a bit of a spaz. That's okay, because I'm a bit of a spaz. And even with that terrible third sector, it was still purple. And I couldn't even go faster, but I'm not going to, because otherwise AI will complain. They'll completely across the Codemaster being like, oh, this car is cheating. Yeah, no, it's called. I'm just really good around Monaco. And I got no bonus again, like, what is this? I'm out, like, a terrible lap and I'm only 5/10 off, but... Yeah. I mean, I'm probably just gonna chuck it up. You know, I'll chuck it up one each session, so in the race we will run 106. No matter if I make it into Q3 or not. You know what, I'm confident I can make it in Q3 on mediums. That's how confident I am around here. I am so confident I can make because there's like no tyre wear on this track. Sure, 1097. Don't even know what I said at the end of last session, but I'm confident that I can go even faster. Like, look, Verstappen, 8/10 of pole. Mediums, watch me not be that far off pole.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
And because this is the quality tyre, nice renders on the tyres there, lads. Not grainy at all. I guess we just can't afford good fonts, you know. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, because this is the tyre we'll start the race on, if I'm gonna start inside the top 10, means that I can only get away with doing one flying lap, and obviously I don't want to run the tyres any more than I have to, so I will take this out lap very easy. And so I left with this long left in the session. See, still in 0%. She's still on 0. I'll take the warnings. I'll take everything. Screw it.
2 minutes remaining in the session out of qualifying.
Yeah, because it's the only lap we will set in Q2. As I'm confident of the pace of our car, of our car, and me. Like, yeah, sure I can be a 10 down, but you always gotta be down in this car, in the first sector, around Monaco. Why? It's a high downforce track. The first sector, they're gonna gain time, because they don't run high downforce setups. Now the thing I'm gonna get held up a little bit here by Stroll, that's okay. Right, come on Stroll. Stroll, what are you doing? No, screw it. You can't blame me for doing that, lads. Stroll held me up on my flyer. What do you expect me to do? Stay behind him? I could have pushed every single corner so much harder. But no, Lance Stroll exists, lads.
If we don't get into 10th or higher, we won't progress to the shootout.
No, no,
Give it your best
screw you,
shot.
Stroll. Screw you. Because now I'm gonna make it through. No matter what, now I'm making sure that you don't get through. Karma is a bitch. See, reality works two ways. You can be an absolute cunt, life can be an absolute cunt back. And I made sure that your life just comes back to Stroll. See, because now he starts barely ahead of me. Yeah, I probably couldn't have found 4/10, but I would have found a little bit more, so I probably would have been ahead of Stroll. So I did what I had to do. I mean, I can be calmer, but it's realistic. Yeah.
How do you feel the competition? You left some body work out there on the track.
I mean, I can't even say that I left a memento.
Sounds like there's some work to do back at the factory.
Well, no. Nah, I thought I'd chuck it out the window. Yeah, the race is just going to be very quiet, very sweaty. Because I'm going to have to do the ultimate perfect super tactic. Now you all know what the ultimate super perfect tactic is. I know it changed both times, but shh. This tactic includes doing an absolute madness. Why is this an absolute madness, you may ask? You'll see. Yeah, you'll see. Because the strategy I was going to go for isn't even possible anymore. Which was starting on mediums, going long, and yeah, finishing on the hards. No wear, no pain. But now that that strategy's out the window, I will have to do something a lot more controversial. Oh, okay, so Mason, I will join you in a little bit, and F1 Online's mate, I will be able to help you. Go follow at F1 Online _. Reason why, he's an Xbox player for F1. Not as quick as me, and no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's actually really good at this game, so do go follow him. Now, the entire point of this strategy is to basically maximize everything, not get caught up in traffic. How does it work? It's kind of like what the esports did. Pit in on lap 1, go on mediums, except a little bit different. It's called pit in lap 1 and go on the hards. Because A, we're in the bottom team with bad chassis, and B, it's a 50% and not a 25% race. So that's how it works. No one cares. No one cares. There we go, lads. So, yeah. I mean, if I got a pit grid penalty for what I did to Stroll, I don't really care. Because he should have gotten a grid penalty for what he did to me. And yes, I did skip it, which means I will get like 17 years of black. But who cares? Because I'm all for the colour black. It's actually one of my favourite colours. Shades and... Nope, no grid penalty. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So this is called the Ultra Super I don't give a shitus. Now how this strategy works is like so. Except you pit in on lap 1 because you're an absolute wanker. How to make it even better is to do this. How does this help in any way, shape or form? The car's lighter. And how does that help? It doesn't. Well, obviously, you won't be starting on the softs going on to mediums, one stopping. Hamilton starting from P11, and they probably qualified on pole. I had the start of dreams here, but I'm gonna be boxed in, so I gotta take it very cautiously. Yep, I will be attacked in the first sector, but in every other sector I will get in time because of the setup, so it's okay. And this is why the strat of dreams is worth it, because this strat requires pace, not track position. Because you gain track position at the end on dead hards. You try and hold it.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
But yeah. This is why. Look at how much we're getting held up at the moment. Behind the two McLarens who are flying through there. They really are asking for a crash in the third sector. And see how much we're getting held up here? It's not good for the cholesterol level. It's not good for the car. I'm boxing this lap. I was going to do anyway. So, yeah, that's the entire first lap. And now we do the rest of the race on hards, unless there's a safety car, at which point the strat changes, obviously. But that's for the best, because we'll have a lot of basically no ground to make up at all.
Complete, go now.
6.1 seconds stop, that's like 4 seconds off.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
So yeah, we only lost 4 extra seconds in that. Nope. No more stops left. The softs are only precautionary. Just in case of a safety car. Other than this, now we just go to the end on this set of hards. Trust me, this is a strategy I did multiple times on last year's game. And I did 50% race. I even did it as Alexander Albon. Qualified in P6, did the strategy, came out in P1. All you need is pace. Doesn't matter about the track position or where the car is at. You just need to absolutely wring the neck out of this thing. And yes, I did leave it at 104 AI because, well, who cares? All you have to do is keep the front wing clean the entire race. That's the only thing this strategy asks you to do. So not break the front wing after the first lap.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Yeah, well, the car ahead is 13 seconds ahead, lad. So anyone who doesn't know the strat would probably think, Kieran, you've lost so much time. No, I'm going to lose time in the beginning.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
I mean, you can't exactly do that on this game. So basically what they're trying to say is use overtake a bit less. And to that I say, no, you're not my dad. If you were, I wouldn't love you. And we just push on as if we didn't hear that. This is Monaco. Engine wear doesn't matter. It's all about the aero.
Right, we have a very worn out MGUK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire.
I mean, the MGUK is on 56%, lad. It can get up to like 70 without a fault. And that's probably because the control electronics is above 50%, which is only exacerbating the issue. I forgot to change that out before this race, so... I mean, again, it doesn't really matter. Engine power is like the least important thing around Monaco. It's all about the downforce in the chassis. So... I mean, this race is just really going well for me, isn't it?
Check your MFD.
You know, like, shh, that didn't happen. That's how bad that was. That one didn't happen. And now, I'm gonna be shush. Because every single time I start to pick myself up, everything goes wrong. So yeah, that's in theory the fastest way to do this race. Getting track position, not being stuck behind traffic the entire time. But you know, for me, I'm gonna do it the opposite way round. I'm gonna be stuck in traffic the entire time and make the most of it. Now, what is this strategy called? Being an absolute idiot. Does it work? No. No, it doesn't work. Just like the two-stop, it doesn't work. I can assure you that the two-stop doesn't work. And no matter how tempting that looks, it's not worth it, because you'll be stuck behind everyone the entire time. So this is like, I'm just trying to find like an optimal strategy or something. Alright, so what is this saying? It's saying that this is in theory faster than this. What about now? Yeah. So, for sure, I'd say, again, just keep the minimal amount of fuel. Stay out as long as possible, don't get undercutted, and then put on softs at the end. To just absolutely wring the neck out of the car in the last couple of laps. Just make sure we don't get jumped. I mean, idiot who's actually two-stopping. Oh, Kvyat, you. Yep, so Hamilton and Kvyat both exist. Because obviously Hamilton is going to get the move done eventually. Somewhere.
Keep pushing. Let's capitalize on that first lap.
So yeah, even at a Portier, rich and overtake, and I can't do anything with that. But unlike last time, the two McLarens aren't fighting, and we're just going to ignore that last one existed. So in theory, the race is all good. Come on, Kvyat lad. Hey, the pace up. This is the annoying thing, it's so hard to make a move around here. Just in the opening laps when the AI just use all their ERS. Because you can't do anything against it. At least not in Season 1 you can't. Because you don't have an overbearing amount of downforce where you just catch up to them in a single corner. You don't have enough straight line speed to catch back up. Oh, if the cars were how they were back in 2014, basically pre-2017, a lot thinner, a lot easier to overtake with, I would have gone for the move through there. I would even go for a move into here. But obviously this is not pre-whatever. I'm just having to make do with being stuck behind the AlphaTauri for the time being. Worst case scenario, I get a really flashy overtake into somewhere. Oh no, that flashy overtake into somewhere is not into the final corner. Annoyingly. But it could be into the first one.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Come on, Kvyat, that was a bit deep. You literally shoved me up against the wall, but that's up into P11 already at the Monaco GP. This could be another chance to get some points, you know. Because Hamilton's stuck behind. Everyone ahead of us is going to be on a set of soft tyres. So they're all going to pit in like lap 8. Okay, or at least most of them will. Means that there won't be a massive train. Okay, cool. Just
we're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Hamilton ahead, gap to car in front is 2.0 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:13.8. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
You what? I'm the fastest guy on track at the moment. I mean, I'm falling back. And I even got squeezed out in the first lap, in the first sector even. Yeah, this just shows the pace of me in the car. Like, I'm just stuck behind Lewis at this point, and he's just stuck behind Ricardo. He's stuck behind the two McLaren, who's stuck behind Perez. So Hamilton and I are obviously going to be losing out the most, especially Lewis, because he's on softs, and he's in a Merc. I'm in a SBinalla racing car, on mediums. So obviously I should be expected to be losing out at the moment. Really?
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Check
Oh,
your
what's...
MFD for a new strategy option. Virtual safety car deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed.
Right, what's wrong with Lewis? He just absolutely bins himself in the wall and ruins my race as well. What is he thinking?
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
I will start to lose out on Kvyat in the third sector. Until then, I'm going to just try and pull out as much as I can when the car's behind before I make the stop. Alright, Lewis has just messed himself up. I went for a nice clean move, he broke super early into the penultimate corner. And then he just decides to bin himself on the wall in the final one, which means he bins me as well. So, you can't exactly blame me for that move. You cannot exactly blame me. And I'm at the point where I'm actually tempted to just keep on going in this race. Like, what's the worst case scenario? Now there's a couple more places.
Gap to teammate behind is 9.2 seconds.
I'm gonna at least keep on going for another couple of laps. By a couple, I mean...
Come in at the end of this lap.
Yeah, because you can really see it in the first sector. That's where it's really prominent. Middle sector and third sector, not so much, because I'm already used to that. Considering that's like 6/10 down on what I should be doing in the first sector, it's not so nice to see. This isn't helping the pace of the car. And it's like Hamilton just honestly just wanted to ruin our races there.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
No matter what he says, he was trying to ruin both of our races. So I'm coming in now for the other set of mediums. Then we're gonna go to the end as if none of this ever happened. That's the end, I mean, bit on for softs at the end, but we just pretend this beginning bit didn't happen. We know that Hamilton exists. He's very far behind everyone else, just like us. But he's even further behind everyone else, unlike us.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
Hamilton's still quite far off. I'm within like touching distance of the rest of the grid, you know, 12 seconds, that's not that bad. But Hamilton, How far behind us is he? "50 seconds still onto the thing, but that's probably yet to be updated completely. 26. I could still make another stop and come ahead of him. But yeah, that's me and Lewis's races both ruined, both in the bin. With only Lewis to blame. I will blame myself probably for the first incident, but I'm not blaming him. I mean, no, I am blaming him for the second one. Yeah, sure, I could have broken earlier, not hit him. But what he did after that was kind of stupid. Like, just bends himself from a wall, and he doesn't have to. Like, I've given him all the space in the world on the inside, and he still manages to mess that up. It's like, at what point does he realise that I too am next to him, and that I too don't want to be squeezed?
The gap to the car behind is 26.4 seconds.
And I don't really care about the car. The gap behind. Why? Because Lewis deserves to be back there. I'm still gonna make my way back through this field, I don't care.
At the moment, the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
And the game just saying that because I just came out the pits and it's having difficulty giving us actual data. Trust me, I am still pulling a gap out to all this.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.6 seconds.
I wasn't told flat. And seeing I'm in this car, that is very nice. I'm setting the 107.9s or 107.8s in a Merc on softs in time trial. So to be setting 12s on this thing on mediums in race conditions, very nice. Why do I call this car this thing? Because it's less of a car, more of a understeery boat. Less of an understeery boat, more of a ginger child that no one wants. Because you know how gingers will always get picked on infinitely for the rest of the time. Yeah, we will set another purple card sector though.
Car ahead is losing 2 seconds a lap to you. Good job.
Make it sound like I'm in an actual good car. There's no punchline to that. I'm running 103 the entire first season and I don't care. Maybe in the second season I'll put it up to like 106, 107. The entirety of the first season I'm running 103. There's nothing you can do about it. Even the races which I've already done where I didn't run 103. Those ones, fair enough, you can do as toxic as you want. But for the rest of the season I'm running 103 AI. Because look, on my best tracks I'm still not having good performances, so it doesn't even matter. Just I'm making overtakes part, and I know to not go for a move into the final corner, even if I'm up the inside, at which point I can do the smart thing. I don't mind doing that. And getting a terrible exit and then wasting all the ERS and not making a move. I do mind doing that. No, actually to save the ERS. As the T-Fee is this actual like Jeez, how slow can 103 AI be? Yeah, go all defensive. Right, no, Latifi, I'm going to move up your inside into those hairpin, no matter how you care. And I don't care if I break half of your front wing or put you in a wall. You deserve it, lad. For that sort of defensive driving,
Okay, good work. Great pass.
not as bad as Lewis's, but still horrific how I defend around here. Like, and this is high-ish AI level. This is 103. Yeah, very low, but still decent. So you should at least know how to defend like normal people. Not like absolutely special kids with no one who cares about them. Now, will this make the Merc feel amazing when I go back to it? Yes. Will it make me appreciate the Merc more? Hell no. See all those guys who come up behind us? Two stoppers? One stoppers? I don't know. No, I don't care.
The car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. Whereas behind, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums.
Alright, so he's gonna make one stop. Those guys are all gonna try and make one stops work, ignoring the hard tyres. Risky, but fair enough. Could work out in their favours. But I'm still ahead of them all. And I will probably pull away from them all. Like the fact that my
To the car in front is 1.8 seconds.
despite the fact that my mediums are super old. So yeah, as we see, a McLaren and a Red Bull are in now. I really want to see if I'll be ahead of that Red Bull. And I will be, by quite a bit. Because that one, not Verstappen, so... Yeah, so, as it is at the moment, I just need to cut through the rest of this traffic. Make up as much time as I can. At the end of the race, that's 28 or something. Anywhere between 28 and 34, I put in for softs. Oh, what the hell, Nick?
Careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Right, it's like... How can anyone go so slowly
Understood, copy that.
into these corners? Come on, I've broken my front wing and I'm still faster than you on exit, lad. I'm gonna say, I think it's someone fire Nick from the team. The next contract renewal, we are going to go for someone else. Right, yeah, it's not even that bad. The lack of downforce isn't even that bad. His right-handers don't feel so good anymore. They still feel amazing compared to the AI taking the right-handers. A lot faster than AI taking right-handers. But just don't feel as good as it did 15 seconds ago. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm pissed off at Nick. Something like I give him a contract extension. Ha! How do you feel? You got dropped from F1 already. I'm gonna go in for Lance Stroll. He's the cheapest 79 rated driver. Next one's Alex Albon, who wants an extra $1 million per race, I think, or whatever. Or per contract renewal. Oh my gosh, yeah. Move Grosjean. You know, Stroll's a big improvement from Nick DeFries. He's the cheapest of his money gap or whatever you want to call it. Money margin. I mean, yeah, he's the highest rated of his money margin, so there's no reason to go for him. He has the second best pace stat out of the group, and by second best I mean drawn for best. So there's no reason not to go for Lance Stroll. Considering we're going for a cheap driver who actually has pace. Grosjean actually just did that. Grosjean actually just do that. Alright, nah, Roman. Come back here, lad. We aren't finished here. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, lad. No question, that was a statement. I'm not finished yet, lad. Can't go doing that to people. Right, look, I'm all caught back up to you, yeah? What do I do now? Run away? Okay, no, I'm just letting my anger take over now. It's pissing me off this race. Like, I have the pace to be like leading or like, yeah, I'm in a net P6 at the moment, but I still have a swap to make. If I went on to mediums, I'd be in a net P6 right now. Dummy me went on to another set of mediums. God damn it, Lewis, why did you do that? And I'm gonna get held up again by goddamn Roman. And I'm gonna go for another move up his inside into the final corner and not care. Because last time I cared, yeah, screw you. I cared, you didn't give me space, so I'm not gonna give you space. Nah, and Jeff seems happy with it. Didn't even get a warning for a collision with you, lad. You can't go complaining that I did anything. Ha! Okay, no, my hand is really getting control right now. But, no, he deserves it. So I'm not exactly caring. Next up's Max Verstappen, who's going to get held up massively into the hairpin. This is going to be really fun. To catch up a second by doing literally nothing.
We're slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep this momentum.
Slowly gains a second in one hairpin. Yes, slow. Right, so now Verstappen's massively getting held up by Kimi because the Alphas have the best engine on the grid. So there's no way it's getting past him. So I don't know if he makes a move into the corner. But again, how's he going to get close enough to do that? Right, so next up is Max Verstappen. Gonna go for a move into the hairpin because I can't be arsed anymore to be behind him or anyone else any longer than I have to be. Can't really go for a move into their max, and you can't exactly go for a move into their max. When are you going to learn that, Max? Come on. Can't stick your nose into Portier. Not in these cars, which we saw with Jenson Button and Pascal Wehrlein all those years ago. Can't make a move into Portier anymore. Maybe pre-2017, but again, 2017 onwards, you can't make moves into Portier anymore.
We're leading our teammate by 9.4 seconds.
Right, so most of these medium runners who started the race on mediums will be coming in a bit. So nothing much to worry about from our end, except from getting an extra 10 laps out of these tyres. Before we go on to the ever dreaded soft tyres. Why are they ever dreaded? Because I did that to Magnussen. And I did that to Raikkonen because I don't care. Yeah. And somehow I hit Magnussen low front wing damage.
Yellow flag.
Oh, for God's sake, K-Mag. I mean, I really am going to complain because you're going to hold someone up into this corner. I can just tell, yeah, Kimi.
Green flag.
Hold up, Kimi. Next up is George Russell, somehow. How is he inside the points?
Safety car, no overtaking. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Yes, this means I can go into hards now.
Okay, copy that. Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. We can't take you right now. Pit in next lap.
No, I'm boxing this lap, I don't care. I think Verstappen stopped behind the safety car. Means we are really lucky to come out when and how we did. Like, genuinely think Verstappen's AI was stuck behind the safety car. Until the gap is so big. But obviously he's going to close it. Because he has a probably massive delta. Which means I can come in for hugs. And everything's good. This terrible race has gone from terrible to okay to even more terrible because of Nick to okay. Oh no. Basically I have to go down to a standstill there. Now I can push as hard as I want into the box.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Yep. Alright, so the AlphaTauri's stacked, and we didn't stack, so we might jump one of the AlphaTauris, yeah. No.
Exit now.
To be fair, a 6.3, the only thing this does is help Hamilton back around.
Tires now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Yeah, now we just have the softs highlighted just in case for later. And me and Hamilton will be making our way through the field. Hopefully this time clean overtakes, because I actually front end grip. You can see right now, front end grip for days. Hamilton's actually ahead of some cars, which I think is quite interesting. The strategy really has benefited me and Lewis at this point in the weekend after the issues we had earlier. Also does help my ERS. Doesn't mean I won't spin though. We are still SBinalla racing no matter how you look at it. So if that was real life, we would have ended my race with that instead of the wall. I mean, it commonly happens in time trial. Yeah, the lap just gets ruined. Alright, so if we look at the grid, we see, so there's 1, 2, 3 places for us to make. So 3. Alright. That's from P17. Oh, you... Yeah, that's something that they need to fix. Collisions under the safety car give you massive time penalties for like no reason. What did I do there? Give him a tiny tap up the rear end? Nah, 5 seconds on. 5 seconds around here was massive because you just train everyone up. This is a slow car. Alright, yeah, now we have 3 people watching. So to give you some insight, we got hit by Lewis.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Yep, so we decided to do Monaco and Spain. Hamilton had a grid penalty. I started P14. I made a move on him, ran the outside in the final corner. He hit us. We broke our front wing. We went on for an extra lap, and then we pit. We were both down in last and second last. Now we're down here after the second safety car. Okay, got it. Go. And we still have 3 free positions to make because 3 cars still haven't pitted. I can't say 3 free anymore. I'm a bit of a spaz, but yeah.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
And I just got a 5-second time penalty for hitting Gasly on the safety car right after Mirabeau, so yes. Oh my gosh.
Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
No. Oh, there's now 4 of you. How nice. Probably spectate me failing at Monaco. Yeah, this was supposed to be Spain, but then I decided to do Monaco as well because of how bad this race was going. We definitely didn't bin it in Spain, so that's definitely not why we're doing Monaco as well in this episode. That actually wasn't me going for the move there, I kind of just went for it because I broke too late for Gasly's liking, so.
You've taken 13th place, P13.
Yeah, as you can see, those 3 have all come in now. So P13 is now what's on the table. Everyone else is going to the end, so I at least want P10 for the 2 points here because of the fast lap. This is actually my best track. On the time trials I am... Yeah. On the time trials I am actually 4th in the world at this track. So I do actually have a good pace around here. And yeah. And so you can really say P23 is not opposition. Lap 23 out of 39. Damn, I can't speak anymore. Next up, Esteban, who just came back from his break year in F1. He doesn't have the same sort of pace he had before, because he was able to race with Checo before his year break, which he isn't able to do anymore, sadly. A, due to Renault, and B, due to his lack of racing experience these days.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
I mean, all that's gonna mean is just gotta be more trains, because no one's gonna be able to make any moves, because everyone gets DRS. Come on, Ocon, pick it up. Pick up the pace, lad. Right, normally I would just go for an absolute dive bomb into Lowe's or whatever happened.
Racing point is cancelled.
Yeah, so I've heard. Oh god. Well, those 2 kids already left, so that's fun. Yeah, racing point.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it was actually because of their brake ducts. Go for an absolute dive bomb into there, and we actually make the corner. Good race or bad race, no matter how you take it. I mean, apparently they have like illegal brake ducts or something. Or according to Renault they do at least.
Okay, at the current pace and fuel settings, we won't have enough fuel for the end of the race. Consider lowering the fuel mix. The gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds.
I only have to make 2 more overtakes in 14 laps. 15 if you count this one. So, and they're both getting held up by Albon, of all things. He's going slow because he's behind Sir Kvyat.
Biblical scenes into the chicane.
Yeah, I actually made a good move. See, Jacob, that's what you call an actual dive bomb. That was literal diving from 100 meters back. Gonna learn what an actual dive bomb is. There you go. You and your brake assistant. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, the Toro Rosso, Alpha Tauri and the Red Bull have pulled away from this train a little bit. And yeah, at this point in the race, I'm just gonna save fuel. I'm just gonna go for the moves when and if they come. If they don't, fuel at the end to counteract that, to try and make a move come.
Finally, you experienced it yesterday in fine fashion.
Yeah, I did. Okay, you would think P5's on the table because Hamilton's behind us. No. These two cars ahead of us are on mediums, whereas we're on hards, so catching and overtaking them will be a lot harder than Gasly and Ocon and everyone else. So I did actually chuck this game up to 104 AI for this weekend. Doesn't seem to have made enough of a difference where I can't get easy moves. So I might need to rectify that next time I come to Monaco.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.5 seconds.
That's good, there's a safety car, Jeff. I swear, no one even wants you here, Jeff. Why were you even signed on? I don't even remember offering you a contract. Did you just be like, alright, yeah, we're just gonna hack into the mainframe, steal the job from David, you know, the guy who actually got the position? Like, you know what? In future reference, I might just get someone else to do the talking for me, you know, someone other than Jeff to actually give me information. So if you're on PS4 at the times when I'm live streaming, which I'll probably start doing 5 o'clock each day, I will give you a chance to just be the engineer and say, Jeff, how does that sound? That just means that we don't have to listen to Jeff, the absolute spaz, each day. The wear TMGK isn't helping either. And the fact that I'm keeping it in lane isn't helping either. In fact, the high downforce means that we can't capitalise on any mistakes in the first sector. Isn't helping either. And then the fact that we all just get closed back up again to mirror by...
I'll be your engineer, mate.
Who, lad? Yeah, I'll just check after this. Absolute biblical. Oh, dang it. I wanted the penultimate corner move. Didn't work out though. Yep, so I'm going to do one more lap in lean, and then after that I can just run the rest of the race in standard, and it should all be good. So I will change out the controller electronics and the MGK after this race. Controller electronics, basically, the higher the wear on that, the faster it wears out other components. So controller electronics is like the one that you want to change out the most, in theory, because it just means that the other ones don't get extra wear that they don't or shouldn't have. Standard mix, there you go. So here we go, we get the move done on Lando.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Adds us up into the high lofts of P11. One more overtake to make in not too many laps.
Okay, the safety car is out. The safety car is out. We need to form up at a reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
So Bottas is out, that means we're up into P10.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
This really does make the rest of this race very interesting. So we do have the time penalty, which I actually forgot about until right now. Which means we're gonna have to pull out, what, like 5 seconds on P10? For us to actually get P10? So I might just be a madman on a rage at the end. Well, the big question is, do I do this? And just go for it? I say yeah, because screw it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Yeah, push now. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, we come out, like, near the back of the grid? Who cares? Oh yeah, we're just gonna serve the time penalty now, which is great. Because that means I won't have to worry about it later. Like, obviously track position is everything around Monaco, but I've sacrificed it already. And so I'm actually risking being at the back for a hope, a slither of hope, of having a good chance in this race.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
So this means I can go absolute hell in these last, what, like 6 racing laps? And with like, maybe 7 racing laps. But it just means there's like no negative repercussions. I'm already in last, so nothing can really go that bad. The only person I actually have to beat is George. And since I've just served the drive-through, I've nothing to be scared of. We won't ask about how many stops I've made in this race, because the answer definitely is not 3. It's actually 4. Psych, you thought. Yeah, it always says like whatever it recommends you start on, and then whatever it switches on to the second one. Hence why it says I've been on 5 compounds, but I've actually only been on 4. So I'm a bit bloody lads. If you look at how late I can brake and still make that. Well, that's just the grip of these tyres and the 1111 wings. And the fact that fuel is no longer an issue for us for the rest of this race. We can just push the fuel every single lap at the end. Because the amount that we'll save when we catch up to the actual safety car. Yeah, we're saving a little bit now because we're just running in lean, but we'll save a lot more when we're actually caught up to the safety car queue itself. If it was VSC, I would never have pitted. But I feel like because it's an actual safety car, we'll all be very bunched up. Pass Raikkonen. What? No, okay. So I'm guessing that's because he got right within a car length, and then he 10 car lengths, and then he just instantly backed out the 10 car length window of Russell. Oh, I'm just trying to keep heating these tyres. So Bottas and Magnussen out. Both of them bring out actual full course cautions. VSCs and safety cars, but yeah.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
So there's just got to be 7 racing laps here at the end. There'll be enough fuel to just absolutely push it. There's 7 racing laps to the end. What can I do? Stick it around Kimi's outside so he's compromised, because... Oh, okay. I'll just go now. Get the 2 easiest moves in my career done. As Russell just tagged himself, and to prove that, I left him space. I can prove it. See, he just went for it there. Then he decides to leave me even more space there. And then... Fair enough. But, you know, I had to do what I had to do. I wasn't like... I wasn't like Hamilton who just hit the inside. The gap behind doesn't matter. And the fact that I just had to scratch my leg and I got front wing damage because of it doesn't matter either. Because We're on softs. We have an 11-11 wings, and we're at the back of the grid, and all we have to do is make moves. Right, we just gotta get in the flow of the track in these last 7 laps, and that's what we gotta do, and that's what we are doing. Straight up from P20 up to P17 already, in half a lap already. Obviously, moves into actual braking zones are very unlikely, so that's very nice. As you can see there, we have to go for the aggressive moves, as my prick of a dad is now here, so can you please fuck off? Because you're applying a lot of pressure that I don't want. As you can see from that move, which now means that I have absolutely nowhere to go. Oh, and I have a drive-thru as well because of VFC, so cheers, Dad. Yeah, no one wanted you here, and you came here, so now we're gonna retire to save the car. Thanks to that prick. So that was fun. You know, that was very nice. Yeah, prick. Now to check who wanted to be the engineer for absolutely a spaz. This is what happens when my dad enters the room. This is what I tell him to fuck off. Constantly. Mason, when you see this, this is why I'm like this to my dad.
The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation.
And now let's take a look at the drivers.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
You what?
It looks like your rival bested you today.
You what?
You had a few bumps.
Good rate. No. This woman. This woman. Good race today. Did she watch what I did to Grosjean there? Did she just like not see what I just did to Grosjean there? Well, yeah, 135k. But did she just like not see how I just absolutely murdered Grosjean? I don't even remember what I got that drive-through for. Must be for speeding under VSC or safety car or something. I wasn't speeding. So that's some BS drive-through. I would have made it into the points if my prick about dad wasn't here and if the game wasn't glitched. So, yeah. If no one wants to be here for Monaco. In Canada, same thing. You know, we're just gonna put some money into this. Yeah, I was actually planning on doing that, but obviously it's a lot better to do it on the ones that are already up and running. Yeah, 30th of May, which is actually quite soon, so fair enough. Yeah, we'll just put these in for next episode, so I get to be a lazy cunt. That team acclaim, and I would go for this, but that lowers department morale for the other ones. Screw it. Or you know what? No, we leave that day free. We just do this one. So yeah, now we just have a day free where the team can do whatever they want. Nothing illegal though. If they do something illegal, I will find them and I will... Dang it, why will this come in so late? Again, I can just go for another engine power upgrade, which will come in sadly after Baku in Canada. And that'll be it for the end of this one. So if you didn't enjoy it, hit the dislike button. And if you really did like it, hit the dislike button, because clearly you're off your nut.